What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City daily transfer update. If you didn't know, I am rolling out daily Manchester City transfer updates here on YouTube throughout the whole summer transfer window to keep you guys up to date every single day with all the latest Manchester City transfer news. So if you haven't already, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim. Do also let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And finally, I wanted to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Sofascore. Sofascore are going to be keeping you guys up to date this summer throughout the European Championships and the Copa America with all the latest scores, statistics, analysis and all your good footballing needs. The link is in the description. It is a free app to download, so worthwhile checking out and very highly rated too, so do go and check it out. And the one thing I absolutely love about Sofascore is it's not just limited to football. You can go and check out all the scores of all the sports that you guys love to follow, all in one place. Links and details there in the description. So we're going to crack on with this video. We're going to start off with the outs. We've got just one story in the outs to speak about, and it comes in the form of an update on Mateo Kovacic. Now, as well as Saudi Arabian clubs being interested in signing Kovacic from Manchester City this summer, it is being reported that there's some interest coming in from Inter Milan. That's according to Giorno over in Italy, and apparently Inter Milan have got their eyes on Kovacic and they see him, and it's been described as a dream signing. So, latest what's happening with Inter Milan is they're uncertain about the future of Hakan Calhanoglu, and should he leave Inter Milan this summer, they're going to need a new central midfielder, and apparently Kovacic is one of three names that they are looking out for. Apparently the other players are looking out for is Jordi Schutenova at PSV Eindhoven and Mario Pasalic over at Atalanta in Italy. That's their list of central midfielders. Apparently Kovacic is the dream. Man City aren't short of interest in Mateo Kovacic. He's only done one season at City, and if it was up to me, I'd be doing everything I could to keep hold of him because I think he is a high quality central midfield player. He is, to me, the perfect kind of squad player that our midfield needs, and losing him would be a big blow, and replacing him would be very difficult. You'd have to spend very big to do so. I do think there are other gaps and other gateways into Man City's midfield, such as Calvin Phillips leaving, but we'll have to wait and see. Just to put it out there, Calvin Phillips apparently going to be returning to training very soon to want to get his career back on track, maybe even with Manchester City. It's also believed that Jack Grealish is going to be returning back to training very soon with City as well to try and push on and make a good lasting impression. So a couple of really good attitudes there from a couple of the English lads at Manchester City. Now, moving on to the ins, we've got the very latest on goalkeeper Christos Mandas over at Lazio. Now, it has been quite quiet on goalkeepers over the last few weeks. It is to be expected. We know that Stefan Ortega Moreno has signed a new contract, so that's that done and dusted. We don't have to worry or think about that. So it's just all about Ederson, and whilst he's on international duty with Brazil at Copa America, we're not going to really hear many updates on that, but Man City will be putting things in place in the pipeline to get things sorted in case Ederson decides that he does want to leave Manchester City. And City have been and ahhing about making a move for several different goalkeepers, and Messaggero over in Italy have said that Manchester City had gone in with an opening offer to Lazio worth around €2 million in a loan fee and a €10 million obligation to buy, because Manchester City could well loan Mandas. It could be the situation. I'm not too sure why Man City would want to go in with an obligation to buy rather than an option to buy here, because surely if Man City are looking for a short-term fix here, if you're going down the loan route, surely an option to buy rather than an obligation to buy would work a little bit better. It seems Lazio are more they're happy to do a loan deal. I'm not too sure how happy they are to do a loan deal with an obligation to buy. I think if they're wanting to get a permanent sale, they'd rather it be done this summer rather than next summer. Apparently Lazio asking for between 15 and 18 million euros, so Manchester City's opening offer, €2 million fee and a €10 million obligation to buy is €12 million. We're not too far away in that ballpark, so it is a potential deal that Man City could get done. And should Ederson decide that he does want to leave Manchester City, then I presume that would mean that Stefan Ortega Moreno gets promoted to Man City's new #1 position. He signed a 1-year extension on his deal, so it gives him 1 season as being Man City's first choice goalkeeper. It gives Man City a year to have a look at the goalkeeping situation, and if we do bring in Mandas, you can say we're happy to go with Ortega and Mandas as our 2 goalkeepers, and them 2 competing with each other. Are you looking more towards wanting to go out and sign somebody with more experience? Maybe Man City don't want to really commit to that this summer, and I'd rather do that next summer. It's all about what do Man City want, and what finances does City want to go with, because I reckon Man City, if they are to invest big in their squad, probably will want to go down the route of Bruno G, looking for that number 6, number 8 role, because it is more of a priority than what a goalkeeper would be. Because to me, Stefan Ortega Moreno is a fantastic goalkeeper who provides brilliant competition for Ederson. Do I think it's a downgrade going with Ortega and Mandas rather than Ederson and Ortega? Yes, it's high quality goalkeepers that you're looking at, but I certainly don't think that Ortega and Mandas are bad goalkeepers at all. Mandas, a very upcoming goalkeeper, 22 years old, fought his way from 3rd choice through to 2nd choice and has started to get some first team minutes with Lazio as well. He's a high quality goalkeeper, he's got a whole future ahead of him, and getting him for a good fee, I think 15 to 18 million euros isn't Man City breaking the bank for a goalkeeper either. So if Man City do think long-term Mandas would be the option for City, whether that be 1st choice or 2nd choice, then you take that punt and you go and do so. So we'll see what direction Manchester City do want to go with. We know that there's been other goalkeepers, more experienced goalkeepers, big names that have been put out there. Diogo Costa over at FC Porto, Mike Maignan over at AC Milan as well. As there's a couple of goalkeepers that have been put out there, but everything seems to be pointing towards Man City, when they do want to bring players in, are wanting to do so for a really good, well-negotiated fee, suggesting to me that Man City could well spend big, and when it does happen, it could well be that Man City put all their eggs into the Bruno G basket and go out there and spend really big to bring him in, if of course he is the player that Man City do want to go and sign. And speaking of Bruno G, we do have a very quick update on him, because we've gone past June 24th now. The Newcastle Chronicle, confirmed by Fabrizio Romano as well, that's the date of his release clause. It's done and dusted, £100 million. No club has activated that release clause, which means if Man City or Arsenal or anybody else wants to sign Bruno G this summer from Newcastle United, they are going to have to get in contact with Newcastle, and they're going to have to negotiate that fee. Doesn't mean that we're going to be paying over £100 million. With that release clause being there, it does set in stone the value for Bruno G. So if Newcastle start saying they want 120, 130 million pounds, they're well within the rights to do so. But if Bruno G does want to leave and Newcastle start getting picky about it, you can see Bruno G handing in a transfer request, which is not good for anyone involved. So I can see that £100 million being the base value that Newcastle are looking for. As I've previously said, I can't see Man City, Arsenal or anybody else wanting to go near £100 million. I think the better way to go about it would be if Man City have got some squad players that maybe they're struggling to sell on. Could be a good option for Newcastle. I've already spoke about João Cancelo being a high quality winger or wing back who would really improve a lot of players, a lot of squads in the Premier League, including that of Newcastle. So if Man City could offer Cancelo plus some cash, makes it doable for Bruno G. They could go out there and offer a couple of players, Calvin Phillips for example, giving Newcastle a little bit more depth for what their squad, for what they're looking for. But it all comes down to what they're looking for. Yeah, we don't know what the finances we're looking at in terms of Manchester City and Newcastle United. It may be within Newcastle's best interest to accept cash, to which if they can't start to be choosy about how much they're looking for, then there may be just some room for negotiations. But everything in this transfer comes down to what does Bruno G want. If he wants to stay at Newcastle, a transfer cannot be done this summer. If he does want to leave, more than likely he's going to have to tell Newcastle that he wants to transfer away from the club. And if he does want to join Manchester City, he's going to have to tell Newcastle he doesn't want to sign for Arsenal, he doesn't want to sign for PSG, he doesn't want to sign for anybody else. He wants that move to Manchester City. That's what it'll take to get Bruno G to join Manchester City this summer. Of course, if I do get any more updates for you guys, including that of Bruno Guimaraes or anybody else, then do stay tuned to my transfer updates. Do subscribe if you haven't already. Daily Manchester City transfer updates coming for you guys to enjoy. So if you haven't already, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Social media links, they're in the description. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or general business inquiries. Don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim. Do copy your thoughts as well in the comments below. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Sofascore. I'll see you guys religiously tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.